The Firefly Petunia is a glow-in-the-dark petunia.
In 1986, I was still playing with Transformers. Come on.
Why is it that all the time we talk about mushrooms, they freak me out more?
As the sun's going down, your plants are getting brighter.
Neonthopenes nambi.
Neon
Hey.
Panthus Nambi.
It will be a continuously glowing organism rather than a light-charging glow-in-the-dark.
Okay. Of the day, I'm just like, ah. Jenny's like, why is everything so dark? I'm like, look at my plant.
The Helpful Gardeners, the podcast that digs into the buzziest plant trends and news you need to know, regardless of your growing zone. Colin is a skilled horticulturist with decades of growing experience across Canada. Brandi is the greenest of green thumbs with a love of asking questions. Welcome to our garden nook.
So I made a purchase the other day,
Okay.
kind of a big purchase
Oh.
that I haven't made in a really long time. I got a new phone. I got the new Google Pixel Pro 10
And
one.
how is it?
Oh my gosh. It's so good. The camera on it's so good.
Whatevs, I'm still running a 9,
Like-
but cool. Rub it in.
You know why I bought it? Purely for taking photos in the garden this year.
You're like, ooh, macro feature. Ooh, flower feature.
I'm like, it has this killer zoom on it. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to get down to the soil level and see the bugs or like see some really cool things. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
sit on my back deck and zoom in my camera to my garden and just check it out. See all like
Yeah.
the pollinators in there.
Yeah,
So
make sure everything's where it needs to be.
yeah,
and-
needless to say, I'm really excited for this gardening season to test out my new phone. No other reason. I'm sure Google offers a ton of different features.
I was going
but
to say, you don't have a little dude in your life that you want to take 1,000 pictures. Oh my God, you got that for Bennett? You'd be like, Bennett? Oh, Bennett.
I would actually be very curious. Any gardeners out there, do you have more pictures of your garden and plants or more pictures of your kids? I don't know.
Oof. I think for me, it would probably go plants, Jimmy, Harry.
Your dog first.
I like to be honest on the podcast. I'm just saying, out of those 3 categories, it's probably plants, Jimmy, Harry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that probably won't be the only purchase I'm making this year because I think we talked about this like maybe a year ago in the podcast, but I wanted to bring it up again. The Firefly Petunia is a glow-in-the-dark petunia. And I was like, on Monday, remember we had the risk of AI?
Yeah.
I totally thought this was AI. It is so real. This petunia
100%.
glows in the dark, and people have actually bought it in the States and used it in their gardens. So it's a thing. I don't think it's really available in Canada yet. I think there's still lots of testing that needs to be involved. So far, it has been approved by the USDA and the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service down south in the US.
It's not commercially available in Canada, but I know some people have it in Canada.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
interesting.
bought the seeds or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about the legality. I don't have any, so don't come for me. Yo. But I have, it's like anything, right? Like people clone a new plant or hybridize a new plant or whatever.
Yep.
And they go, I own this plant. And you go, okay, I'll take a cutting. Now I
Well,
own this. And
yeah.
I'm not talking about the legality or the scruples or the morality of it. I'm just saying that's actually what happens.
Well, exactly. So
Yeah.
so the company is totally aware of that. They have the patent for the actual like the gene
Yep.
injection. Like they've patented that. They said, of course, it's going to be cuttings and everything,
Yep.
but it can't be like commercially made by another company if that makes sense.
Exactly.
And they said the best way to combat this is to just make more products that people want to see. I'm like, that's such a great way to look at it.
If I have to choose between, getting a cutting that may or may not live, and I've got to try and keep it alive,
Yeah.
versus one that's grown, established, and ridiculously healthy,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to go to the one that has the better chance of survival.
Exactly. Or
Yeah.
the one that looks cooler.
Yeah.
That's new. So actually, this isn't new. This was, I guess, Keith Wood, who's the co-founder of Light Bio, has been working on these plants since the 80s.
Since the 80s.
Since the 80s.
Holy moly.
So in 1986, he and his colleagues, they made a type of tobacco. So it was Nicotiana tabacum. They inserted the gene from fireflies, and they then would glow. So they were like, well, we can't do this to the firefly population, and also it needed specific conditions to be able to glow, and it wasn't very strong.
Okay.
So they actually started playing around
I was
with.
just picturing somebody smoking a glow-in-the-dark cigarette. when you said tobacco. And then he said Nicotiana. I'm like,
It was
oh,
an
yeah,
interesting
okay.
plant
Yeah.
choice, though, hey?
Yeah, like,
Like, I love how it went from tobacco to petunia.
yeah.
Maybe petunia just has better PR. I don't know.
I got to think it's probably, like, you know how there's more types of chicken than anything else out there?
Yeah.
It's because the genetics in chicken are the most easy to manipulate.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's the same with petunia. I mean, how many different kinds of petunia?
In 1986, I was still playing with Transformers. Come on. I didn't know that this was optional.
And you look back on your life, you're like, dang, I could have been making
Yeah.
glow-in-the-dark plants. So turns out what they now use is a bioluminescent mushroom called,
Come on, go for it.
Neonthopana's nambi.
Good enough. Neon Pantas Nambi.
What was the quote? You miss 100% of the shots you
Yeah,
don't take.
exactly. There
Maybe
you
I'm
go.
50% right on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the fungus feeds its light emitting reaction with the molecule caffeic acid, which like earth plants also happen to make. So by inserting the mushroom gene into the petunia, the plant produces the enzymes that convert the acid into the light emitting molecule, and then they recycle it back into caffeic acid. And so they have a much stronger bioluminescence. So like the whole plant, it's just wild how bright this plant is. They said that apparently 130 fungus species are bioluminescent. I did not realize that mushrooms even glowed.
Oh, I
Like, why is it that all the time we talk about mushrooms, they freak me out more?
mushrooms are their own thing.
Yeah, they really are.
They're not a plant. They're not an animal. They are. What do you call a mushroom in a bar who buys drinks for everybody? A fun guy to be with.
Oh my gosh.
It's one like I've known that joke since I was playing with Transformers. Do you want to hear a joke, Optimus Prime? I didn't have many friends. But I think it's so cool that they figured out, oh, this is the gene that does it, and they managed to splice it in because you're not endangering anything. Like we
No.
were talking about fireflies
Yes.
just the other week.
Yes.
And when you first said fireflies, I was like, hey, yikes, I don't like that
I know.
part.
I got a little bit of a reaction
And
too.
then, because I thought it was mushrooms. I've done some. I heard about these. Oh my God! I want to say 3 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe 4.
Yeah.
That's when I thought they'd started working. I didn't know they'd been doing this since the 80s.
No. So they started with a white one, obviously, I
Okay.
guess to show the bioluminescence a little
Yeah.
bit more stronger. And guess how many 3 plants are?
3 plants. Well, I was gonna say $25 a plant. I have no idea why. So 3 plants, I would say in the region of 75, but you're buying
Oh,
in bulk, so you're going to get it a bit cheaper. So I'm going to say $69.99.
okay. Never mind. They're cheaper than that.
There you go. Okay, good.
So 3 plants is $45.
Oh, I'm all in for that. I'd buy 3 for that. Damn right.
They said, and then you save more if you buy more.
Can you only buy the mature plant, or can you buy them from seed?
So they actually only go as mature plants, and they are like little plugs.
Okay.
So, you'll have like a tiny little, I would say similar to the same size as like, what you would find at a garden center in a standard
Oh,
4-pack.
okay. Yeah, like the little.
Yeah, but you
where
only get
squish-
3 instead of 4.
Okay.
Which is like kind of smart, because remember when we were talking about how you want to plant in odd numbers?
Yep.
Wow, they thought about that.
They've got it all covered.
Amazing. So that was the original one that they had, also named the best invention of 2024, I think for good reason.
Yep.
They also they have a website exclusive for a trial of pink petunia. So they've now gone into pink, and they also have a mix of the two. So they have a pink and white petunia starter.
Does the flower grow? I know the leaf does. Does the flower, is the bioluminescence in the flower as well? Do you know that? Because I've seen the pictures. You look at the soil, that looks like, when you take a plant out and you've got, 80% soil, but you've got those roots coming out the edge.
Yeah.
That looks like the roots. So the
All of
whole,
that.
so flower, root,
Yeah,
stem.
it looks like it.
Foliage. Yeah, it does.
Totally. Very interesting, hey? I don't know. Would you want to include something like this in your
Hell
garden?
yes.
Are we buying another thing this year?
Yeah.
I don't even think you can.
No,
sit it.
they're not available. I know they're not available. I spoke to somebody
Yeah.
In the garden industry, and they'd gone to a trade show in, I can't remember, somewhere in the States, Oregon, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they saw them in person. They were in the trade show, and you had to go
Really?
into a dark booth, and they were in like pots all in the booth, and she said they were amazing.
Wow.
Could not bring them into Canada.
Yeah.
Right, so I know they're not available in Canada. You better believe the moment they are, I will have them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think, one part that is kind of like a bit, we'll be doing the podcast one day. You're going to be like, you look really tired. And I was like, yeah, I was up until 1 o'clock looking at my flowers.
Yeah.
In the summer, our sun doesn't go down till like
So
10.
that's what I was thinking about too. I was thinking about our discussion on dark gardening and about how would this disrupt anything. I don't think it would though, because it's so small, the light that it's emitting.
Well, yes, but also no, because the main point about the light and those pot lights and whatnot is they were attracting the pollinators away from plants.
Oh, this is attracting it
So
too.
you put a couple of those in a pot with your veggies or your whatever you want pollinated. It will encourage them, and you're feeding them. Now, I don't know. Again, I've done no research on this, so I don't know. Maybe they're sterile, maybe they don't have pollen.
Yeah.
But you could put feeder plants next to them.
Totally.
So the moths are attracted, and then they find the other plants.
Cool.
So I certainly wouldn't do my whole garden in them, but a couple of patches down the pathway, on the balcony, on the
your
deck.
hanging baskets just full of these glow-in-the-dark petunias.
A few of them in, like leading the pathway up to your home or something. That I can get behind.
Yeah, I love
because
that.
And again, I'm shooting very much from the cuff. I haven't read the article. I've seen them. I've talked to people about them. I knew of their existence. The environmental impact, what's happening, that I don't know of. But with my understanding of plants and how it all works, I mean, it seems pretty safe because they're not injecting it with neon. They're taking an already organic substance. So if you're in the forest at night where the bioluminescent mushrooms are, well, clearly they're nature. They don't disrupt the cycle.
No.
So I'd have to believe that would carry over and it might actually be beneficial.
Yeah. Oh, it's really cool.
Okay, so you remember your glow-in-the-dark stars on your ceiling or your watch and you'd hold
totally
the
had that.
flashlight on
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay. Does it work the same way? Do they have to be charged? I don't know how bioluminescent mushrooms work. You get no benefit.
It does say that because of the genes of the fungus, it will be a continuously glowing organism rather than a light-charging glow-in-the-dark
Okay,
toy.
there we go. Perfect.
So you're totally right. So if you had it in your garden and you put like a box over it, you might be able to see it.
Because I'm just thinking like sitting outside and as the sun's going down, your plants are getting brighter. And that would be so fun.
Oh my gosh, that would be cool. Actually, they even have...
and they've got to start doing... Sorry, my brain... I got to get a hold of these. I want houseplants with a pothos trailing down.
Ooh, that would be so pretty.
All lit up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Christmas trees.
Like, can you imagine though, if you had like this really large ficus in the corner of your like living room and it just glowed green?
Or they do a variegated one, so patches of the leaf grow in it.
Ooh. Why is it that glow in the dark things are always green though? Like, why can't it be like oranges or?
But that, you know what? It's got to be for this one because of the leaf. Why?
Like chlorophyll or something like that. I
yeah,
don't know.
because I've seen bioluminescent mushrooms and they're like a white blue. Bioluminescent plankton is in green. I've seen different colors. So
maybe they're gonna be doing something like that.
Maybe it's because that leaf is green. If you did like one of those white leaves, like maybe a variegated monstera, white.
Oh, can you imagine like if you did a whole bunch of coleus? Like, come on.
Okay, come on, guys. We're literally giving you the ideas. Get on it.
So that would be your pick, like a pothos, if you wanted to get a glow in the dark.
I would want a house plant, and the reason I would want a house plant is because I can control the light. Right? So outside, I might be too tired, and I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock or 10:30, and I don't get the impact.
Yeah.
where in my house I can close all the curtains, turn all the lights off, and be like,
We would never leave our houses.
middle of the day, I'm just like, ah. Jenny's like, why is everything so dark? I'm like, look at my plant. So yeah, I want to see that get into the house plant market.
That's so cool. Yeah. Okay, we'll get on it.
Yeah, there you go. You've got your mission. Challenge accepted. Excellent.
We can't do anything. We don't have the pen.
Yeah, yeah. We would love to help, but
Maybe they have a customer feedback card that we can.
we just start listing.
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Acre Home and Garden. Find seasonal inspiration for your home and garden in Calgary, Alberta year-round. Visit goldenacre.ca. The comments and opinions expressed by the Helpful Gardeners on this show are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Golden Acre Home and Garden. For more information on everything we covered today and to leave us a voice note, visit goldenacre.ca/podcast. The Helpful Gardeners are on Instagram at The Helpful Gardeners Pod. Keep on growing, gardeners!